Good morning, geometry. We're going to be working on section 4.1 today. We're going to jump straight to example 2, which is on page 164, or explore 2, I should say. And real quick definition, vertical angles. So when you have two lines that intersect each other, like we do here, vertical angles are the angles directly across from each other. So they do not touch except at the vertex. So we have two sets. Anytime you have two lines intersect, you have two sets of vertical angles. We have angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. And our other set are angle 2 and angle 4. Okay, so with that definition, let's move on. We're going to jump down here to example 1. How do we use those vertical angles? Well, let's see. Can we use the knowledge that this angle here is 146 degrees to find the other angles? Well, that vertical angle rule tells us that if the angles are vertical, they're congruent. So if this angle is 146 degrees, angle 6 is also 146 degrees. So now that we've done that, how do we find the other two angles, angle 5 and angle 7? Well, let's start with angle 5. We know it's congruent to angle 7 because, again, vertical angles are always equal. They're always congruent. So I only need to find one of them, angle 5 or angle 7, to find the whole thing, or to find both of them. So can I relate angle 5 back to that angle I know, 146 degrees? Well, that whole thing that I just drew in blue makes a straight line. And what do we know about a straight line? That goes back to our linear pair definition. Those two angles, 146 degrees and angle 5, the measure of angle 5, if they make a straight line, they add to 180 degrees. So with simple subtraction, I can subtract 146 from 180 and find out what angle 5 equals. And angle 5, I didn't give myself quite enough space there. Angle 5 would be 180 is 34 degrees. So remember, we said angle 5 and angle 7 are congruent, so they both equal 34 degrees. That's example 1. Let's check out example 2, supplementary and complementary. Supplementary, add to equal 90 degrees. Two angles, add to 90 degrees. Supplementary, add to equal 180 degrees. So you have two angles, we'll call them A and B. Complementary 90, supplementary 180. C comes first in the alphabet, so it's the smaller number because 90 comes before 180. So knowing that, let's take a look at example 2. Here we go. They've asked us to find angle AFC. AFC. That's this angle here. And angle AFB, which is this smaller angle here. And I've got a knock at the door. One moment, everybody. All right, I'm back. So let's start with the blue angle, AFC. Well, this symbol here that we see on CFD means that's 90 degrees. And we have a straight line. So we know that my blue angle, AFC, plus 90 degrees needs to equal 180. So I can subtract again and find out that angle AFC, 180 minus 90 is 90 degrees. Now let's take a look at that red angle. So now that we know we're looking at 90 degrees total, what is angle AFB, that red angle? Well, we've got a 50 degree angle here, plus the angle I'm looking for, And we just found out that that whole thing equals 90 degrees. They're complementary. So I can subtract 50 on this one and get that angle AFB is 40 degrees. That's it. How do we find the other two? Let's see, what colors do I have? We'll go to green. DFE, this angle here. Well, it's a vertical angle with my red angle, which means they're congruent. So the measure of angle DFE is also 40 degrees. And how can I find angle AFE? Do purple. AFE? Well, if this one was 40 degrees, and we have, again, a straight line, so to find angle AFE, I'm looking at the measure of angle AFE plus the 40 degrees we just found for angle DFE needs to equal 180. So when I subtract 40, I get the measure of angle AFE equals 140 degrees. And we have found all of our angles. That's it for this video. I'll talk to you guys later.